What is going on, my fellow NPL fans and those alike? I am TheLegendarySeabass, one of your analysts for the NPL. Today I'm bringing you all yet another coach interview today with Nerdy Outlaw, coach of the Columbus Carnivines.
What's up?
Alright, so we already know the rundown, the 11 questions in the lightning round, so let's just get started with the simple one. Question 1, what is your name, how old are you, and when did you start playing Pokemon?
My name is Aaron. Please call me Nerdy Outlaw or Nerdy. I am 16. I started playing Pokemon when I was like 6.
Alright. Question 2, when did you start competitive Pokemon?
Last season, actually. I never really played competitive till last season.
So you've been pretty recent when it comes to the competitive scene.
Yes.
Yeah. When it comes to me, like I started out like, to be honest, it's been about a year now since like officially getting into it. Like when X and Y first came out, I didn't get it at first. It took me like a year to actually be like, you know what, let's just get the game. And I'll be like, then I see all these like competitive Wi-Fi battles. Like the very first one I saw was with a Shady Penguin. I'm like, wow, this is cool, I really want to do this. But then that's when I'm just like, hey, how come? Because I just started off just by catching in-game mobs, no matter what the nature was and shit like that. And I was like, how come none of this is working? And it was because I didn't know about EV spreads and competitive moves and what stuff like that.
Same. I honestly didn't know typings until literally after last season, because I didn't know it going into last season, and I'm like, this is probably why I sucked so bad last season. So I learned them after last season.
Yeah, that was for me when it came to first playing Pokemon, because was a good example. I'm in a Wi-Fi battle and I see a Terrakion, and I wasn't really familiar with Gen 5, and I was like, I've never seen this Pokemon. It looks cool, but I have no idea what it is. And I'm just like, it's brown. It's probably a rock type or a ground type. It's probably rock ground, and I was completely wrong.
Isn't he like rock fighting?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so question 3, what was your favorite Smogon tier to play?
I want to say OU, just because I have a really good Mega Charizard X team for that.
Yeah, when it comes to OU, I started off on it with Mega Charizard X. I just got like a bunch of Pokemon that I liked from OU, but looking at it now, you'll start to see a lot of the same Pokemon when it comes to certain teams. Like you always see a Landorus, a Clefable, and a Heatran on the exact same teams every single time. Compared to, when it comes to other tiers like UU, RU, and NU, where you'll see more diverse Pokemon, very underestimated Pokemon, and what was I gonna say? And just a lot more variety when it comes to the Pokemon itself. Like you won't really see a lot of the same bonds more than once. Like you won't see, let's say, what am I trying to say? Like you won't see a Pokemon more than once throughout the day. Like maybe you'll see it once or twice, maybe 3 times, but you won't see it like battle after battle after battle.
Exactly, but I hear that all the time when I say, oh, I like playing OU, but the thing is, I like it because it gives me time to understand, okay, well, they have this, like, oh, they have Heatran, I know how to counteract Heatran. It basically, I take it tier by tier, well, I'm taking it tier by tier to learn, like, different mons and how to counteract them and whatnot, so that's why I'm stick with OU, so that way I can get all U done, then I can go to a different tier and so on and so forth.
Yeah, especially when it comes to OU, where a lot of one of the better league Pokemons are in OU. Like for instance, Heatran, like it's a good rock setter, and it could be like especially defensive. It could be especially offensive. You know what to do with it if you see it. Like for instance, in the NPL, I'm not sure if anyone's drafted it yet, but Heatran, like, if you figure out what it does in OU, you can figure out what it does in the NPL or other leagues. Alright, so question 4, what is your favorite playstyle?
My favorite playstyle is the playstyle I went into last season is normally how I usually play Pokemon. I like going all out. I like being aggressive. I like having. That's how I have fun in Pokemon, and that didn't really work out for me. So I'm kind of, instead of playing more Outlaw or Nerdy Outlaw way, I'm kind of switching into thinking about everything and all that. So yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to League format, like, there are times where, yeah, hyper offensive works really well, but in my opinion, the most key thing when it comes to Pokemon Leagues is balancing out a team, like getting a good defensive core, a good offensive presence, and like for instance, a good example is, let's go with the Blissey and Skarmory core. If you're able to get that, it's a very good defensive core, especially on how Blissey's especially defensive, and Skarmory's physically defensive. Like, it can take those hits for other Pokemon.
Exactly.
Alright, so question 5, what is your favorite type of Pokemon to draft?
I don't understand what that question's asking me.
Do you like to draft bulky Pokemon, offensive Pokemon, fast Pokemon?
I honestly like drafting mons that I feel comfortable with using. Like, kind of a spoiler alert, but this season I drafted Mega Charizard X because I know how to use Mega Charizard X. I used it last season, in Season 1, but I wasn't really used to that Pokemon, and I've been using Mega Charizard X for a while now. So I basically just like drafting mons I feel comfortable with using, mons that I know I can work with really well, that I already know how to play, so on and so forth.
Yeah, when it comes to Pokemon Leagues, it's actually really good getting Pokemon that you're familiar with, like Mega Charizard X. I use it also personally in OU. I love the Dragon Dance sweeping set with
Yes.
Yes. And Dragon Claw, and just any other move that you want. I don't really put like Roost or Earthquake on it.
I usually put Roost on it just in case I put into a scenario where I have like rocks up or something happens, you know, I just need to get health back real quick.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Alright, so question 6, what is your favorite Pokemon in drafting format?
I'm not real too sure, honestly. Honestly, I'm gonna stick with saying Mega Charizard X because
Agreeable.
I feel like, well, I switched Mega Charizard X to be my mascot. I just did air quotes when you can't see me. Wow. Okay. Well, originally, my channel is a gaming channel on YouTube, and I do all-around gaming. I do Pokemon. I do other games as well. So I didn't really have like a mascot per se, and I used to make it it was Shiftry, but then I'm like, I don't really use Shiftry all that much anymore. So I tried to change it to Mega's Charizard X because I use him a lot and I'm really familiar with him and whatnot, so I'm guessing the answer to that question is Mega Charizard X, to be honest.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point you bring up of having a Pokemon mascot when it comes to YouTube. Like, for instance, my channel, I have Kyogre for my mascot, even though it's not even my favorite legendary or my favorite Pokemon, but it's like it fits my channel name a lot more. And yes, I do like Kyogre. Like, it's probably like 4th or 5th favorite legendary, but yeah, there are a lot more Pokemon that I like over it, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's like other Pokemon that you would rather have than Kyogre. Yeah. But since you brought up the whole mascot thing, I remember when before I even started uploading YouTube videos last summer, I don't know how, but Trev followed me on Twitter and asked me if I could check out his channel. I'm like, yeah, no problem, man. I'm gonna be up and coming soon. I gotta support the other up and coming, and me and him had plans on doing a project together, and then finally he just sat me down. I'm like, dude, just get a fucking mascot, and blah 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 blah, and all this. I'm like, yeah. Honestly, if it wasn't for Trevor, he wouldn't have given me that like kick in the ass to do YouTube. So
Yeah, when it comes to like most YouTube channels, like you said, they usually go to like Twitter or YouTube. They'll find like a channel that does similar content to them. It's like, hey, you should check out my channel. I make content just like you. I think you'll like it. Like a lot of channels do that to like, and some of them have gotten like really bigger compared to when they used to be doing that, to where they don't have to even do it anymore.
Yeah. The thing is, I think Trev found me through, I think he saw me tweeting out a bunch of Pokemon shit. I don't remember exactly how he found me, but I hadn't even uploaded videos yet.
Yeah. Yeah, that usually left me curious on when it comes to like, hey, you should check out my channel. I do this. I'm like, how'd you find me?
Exactly.
Like a channel with like 10 subs. I want to know like how. Yeah, it's all a mystery.
Yeah.
Alright, so question 7, what is your favorite Pokemon generation?
Oh, this is a hard one. I'm not going to say Generation 1 because I just replayed that over on my channel. And the worst part was it was kind of all crazy because I kind of created this thing called a haywire effect where basically all the typings are changed, all the movesets are different, and even if you evolve a Pokemon, it's still a different type when it evolves. So a Bulbasaur could be a fire steel type, and then Ivysaur could be like a water ground type or some shit. That was pretty fun, but I'm gonna have to say my favorite generation would have to be Generation 5, honestly, because Generation 5, that's when I found my first shiny random. It was just like a random encounter, and it was a Roggenrola.
Yeah, I actually I didn't play through Black and White. I played through Black and White 2, and I got to catching Zekrom. I'm pretty sure. Like I beat the Elite Four and everything. But yeah, like I'm familiar with all the Pokemon in it, but I'm not familiar with the region enough. But this is just something I want to throw in. For some reason, my brother absolutely hates Generation 5. Yeah, I'm just like...
A lot of people do. I don't understand why everyone just hated on Generation 5 a lot. I don't know. I don't understand where all that hate came from, but whatever. But we got some really good mons in Generation 5. Like Amalga. I know people with different opinions on that. I know you just laughed, but I said Amalga because I feel like Amalga is a really decent Pokemon because it can get Volt Switch. I think it can get U-Turn. I'm not sure, but look, I threw out Amalga because I like the typing. Okay.
Electric Fine.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool, and we also got Zekrom and Reshiram. Then we got the Black Kyurem, White Kyurem.
Yeah, you bring up a good point when it comes to typing in that generation. Like for instance, you were just like, what on earth would a fire ghost type be? Oh, it's a Chandelier. Or what would a ground dark type be?
I should have brought up Chandelier.
Yeah, Chandelier.
Instead of Amalga.
Chandelier is amazing. Or like ground dark is like, hey, what would that be? It's like, oh, it's
a sand gator thing.
Like
crocodile.
I know it's a crocodile, but I don't know the word. I don't know what to think of that. Like what a robber? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I remember an episode in I never watched the Black and White anime like very much, but I remember an episode where Sandile showed up like Jack D's sunglasses or something like that, and he evolved into Crocorock, and he was like Crocorock.
Oh yeah. Oh, since you brought up the anime, I want to say one thing. I used to say, I used to call Pokemon by the names that they would go off in the anime until they called Pangoro Pongoro. I'm like, that's like a baby name. No,
awful.
you can't give this awesome looking Pokemon that looks like it's about to demolish shit a baby name.
No, I remember. No, this is one thing that my older brother does. So recently, Pokemon Go came out. And I loaded it, but he wasn't aware of it. But then he got a message from a friend of his saying, "Hey, you should get Pokemon Go. It's so much fun." Da, 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 da. And he's like, "Okay." And the number one thing he does about Pokemon that pisses me off, he calls Rattata Ratatat, just because they said it once in the anime. I'm like, you have to shut up. Call it by its normal name. And he's like, "I'll punch you." I'm like, do it.
Oh my god. Do you know a guy called PK Sparks, that hotness?
Oh yeah, he calls you.
He calls Pokemon by the weirdest. Oh my god. You don't know how bad I want to smack him when he says dumb shit like that. I'm like, no. No. Okay, no. Oh god. That's the easiest way to get in fights in Pokemon is by calling it in the wrong name.
It's just awful. I remember there was a time where, so I'm at school, right? And whenever we had to do a typing assignment, we bring in like the Chromebooks that like my school has, but nobody would do it. We'd all just go on Pokemon Showdown and just battle each other. And I'm talking to a buddy of mine. He's like, "Dude, Charizard's way better than Squirtle." I'm like, "It is not. Squirtle evolves into a turtle with cannons," and then he's like, "But Charmander evolves into a fire dragon." I'm like, "I can find 30 other dragons. You can't find any other turtle with cannons." He's like,
exactly. Don't get me wrong. My mascot is Mega Charizard X, but I understand design-wise, Blastoise looks better than Charizard.
Yeah. Well, like to be honest,
since you brought up, sorry. Go ahead.
Just to bring it up, like, yeah, I do prefer Blastoise is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I like his design better than Charizard, but when it comes to Megas, like, I like Mega Blastoise's design, but Charizard X is probably my favorite designed Mega.
I would have to agree with that, but I also kind of do like shiny Mega Metagross.
Oh yeah, that's also really good. I wasn't a fan of it at first because I'm just like, because I just didn't like the design that much, but then it kind of just like grew on me.
Exactly. That's the same thing that happened with which Pokemon was it? Mega Pinsir. Right?
Oh yeah, I thought I thought Mega Pinsir was disgusting at first, and then like I started to use it. I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah. The design-wise, it's like, what the hell? And then it kind of grew on me, so it's like, okay.
And just to bring up horribly designed Megas, Mega Kangaskhan, just
god,
baby just jumps out.
I know, exactly. It's just like, oh, okay. Everyone's just saying that baby needs to be a Pokemon. Instead of making it a like pre-evolution of Kangaskhan, let's just have it Mega Evolve and have it battle with it.
I know, it's just disgusting.
Exactly. And since you brought up playing Showdown in school, my school ended up blocking Showdown because of how many kids would play it. Because I had all my friends, and we would all be sitting there on Showdown, being like playing random battles and shit. Oh my god.
No, like we never got caught. Like whenever we played it, my teacher just like did not pay attention. Like for instance, during freshman year this year, like this is when like it just became like a thing and it just like blew up. Health class, I just be like playing the like Showdown when everyone should be working like final projects, which I did get a good grade on. But my health teacher was like, "I hear some games going on," and she just shut off. I'm like, shit, and just turned it off. But then I turned it back on like 5 minutes later.
Yeah. The reason I got caught is because my two friends got in an argument over what should OHKO and what shouldn't because they were playing random battles.
No, there were times where I was just like, fuck! And it's like, what was that? I'm like, nothing. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's a typo. But yeah. When it comes to like just stuff, when it came to high school this year, like this was, just to bring up, I'm 16, I'm a freshman, and when it came to high school this year, like, teacher-wise it sucked, but when it came to like off-time projects, like group projects, we just didn't care about it, and we just like go on our phones, we play on the computers, and the teachers just did nothing about it.
Oh wow. Well, you brought up the fact that you're 16 and you're a freshman. I'm 16 and I'm going to be a senior.
Wow. See,
yeah.
I stayed back a year back in elementary school.
Well, I started, my birthday is September 29th, the same as Noivern Nations, and I was 4 turning 5 when I entered school instead of 5 going to be 6, so that also explains it. So
yeah, I also started late because I was born in '99.
Same.
Yeah, I was born in '99, and I had to. They made me start a year late for some reason. I had no idea why. It just became a thing.
They were going to do the same thing to me, but my parents like kind of got me in, and then my parents wanted to help me back, but they said, no, you can't do that. The school basically said, my parents, no, you can't do that. You put your kid in, now you have to, they basically was like forcing my parents, you have to live with this, I can't speak. They basically was like, okay, you can't do this, you can't hold him back, you have to live with the decision of putting him in at this time. So yeah.
But when it came to me staying back a year, it was 5th grade, and I did awful. I don't remember why, but since it was 5th grade going on to middle school, I was staying back another year while all my friends got to go in middle school, and I was just like, well, shit. But now becoming like social-wise, like being a freshman, like I like my friend group now compared to them because when it comes to my freshman group, like we play football, we do this and that, and my sophomore friends that I used to hang out with dropped out of high school and started smoking weed. So
Jesus.
Yeah. 1 second, gotta go. Sorry about that. My sister knocked on the door. So what question?
It's
were we
fine.
on?
I don't remember. I think it was like question 7, because I think we just answered 6.
Yeah, the generation one.
Yeah, generation 1.
Yeah, and we went from talking about Pokemon to.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's just continue. Question 8: if you can change one thing about Pokemon, what would it be?
Okay, a lot of things just went down in like a list in my head. Okay. One thing I would change is we don't have that many different typings. Like, honestly, we just got information like, oh, the first fire poison type is going to be announced. I mean, it has been announced. It's like, how come we haven't had this already? Like, there's other Pokemon that I could see, oh, this could potentially be fire, poison, or why can't we just have more variations in typing more? Or another thing I want to change would be, can we have textures for the eggs? Like, how they have in the anime, where it's like, oh, Pikachu has its own Pikachu design egg. Can we have those, please?
Yeah, when it comes to, let's go back to Pokemon typings. One thing I want more is more pure flying types, because we only have one, which is Tornadus, and we have only one primary flying typing in Noivern.
Exactly.
When it comes to all these other Pokemon, it's like, oh, it has to be normal flying, or it has to be fire flying, or it has to be rock flying. I don't get.
Like, I just want to see more variations in typing. Like, I want to see more pure flying types, like you said, but I also want to see more different combinations you wouldn't normally see. Like, I don't know. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Poison Steel. How about that? Poison Steel.
Yeah, I gotta go off screen for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. My sister. Understandable. Yeah. So question 9: realistically, how well do you think you'll do in the NPL?
Honestly, I feel like my mentality for going into this season is a lot better than I had last season. Last season, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna draft random mons because I didn't have time to prep. Because last season, they were all like, oh, okay, we're gonna pick this date. Everyone got impatient, so they just started drafting. I'm like, oh shit, I haven't had time to plan. But this season I have a plan. I think I'm more well adjusted with mons I've picked so far. I've picked so far Mega Charizard X. Anyways, I so far have picked or drafted Mega Charizard X. I've drafted Gengar and Terrakion. That's really good offensive. Sheer Force or Trevor, I don't know how everyone knows him, but anyways, he basically said, oh, Nerdy with the hyper offensive, but I also have defensive mods that I can pick from the other tiers, so I feel like I know the mods that I'm going to pick or that I have lined up to pick. Most of my tier 1 Pokemon, though, got sniped, so I got stuck with Gengar. Don't get me wrong, Gengar is an awesome Pokemon, but I was hoping to get other mons instead, but yeah.
Yeah, I actually did see a lot of drafts so far look very scary, especially yours with Megazord X, Gengar, and Terrakion.
Yeah.
It's going to be some pretty stiff competition this year.
Yeah, when you said competition, the only competition, okay, I'm not trying to insult anybody's here, but the only matches that I really care about are Trevor, Noivern Nation, and Aki. Everyone else, I don't care if I win or lose. I want to try to defeat those 3 because Trevor, he was my first friend on YouTube, and Noivern, he's just an awesome guy. I know he's a great battler, and I just want to beat him just so I can say I beat Noivern Nation. And Aki, I make the joke all the time. Aki is a god. I want to be the God Slayer. Okay.
I do stuff like that all the time. Like for instance, Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Might be my favorite gaming franchise. I take it very seriously, especially when I phase them. Let's say I just do the best combo I've ever done. I'll just be like, I think I'm a god at this game. I created the earth. I'm gonna go take a break from being a god, and I'll come back in a few minutes. Yeah, I have like cockiness like that, and I think it's really good on how you have this objective to beat these people more than others just because you have a relationship with them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So question 10, what is your favorite aspect of drafting format?
My favorite aspect of this one is the fact that I get to pick normal, like, I don't know if everyone knows our draft style, but Trev said that it's GBA style, so basically we pick a tier 1, a tier 2, 2 tier 3s, and a tier 4 and 5. And then we have to draft a Mega, and then we get 400 points to get 4 other just freebie mons that we want. I kind of like that because it gives me room to think, okay, so I can get these, and if I don't get, say I pick, okay, this is gonna reveal some of my strategy going into this. I made a list of like the top 5 or 6 mons that I wanted from each tier, and then I numbered them of how high I want them. Like I listed their typing, advantages, disadvantages, all that, and then I rank them to which one I want first. And the fact that I could go back and say I pick, I don't know. I'm just going to use basic mons, for example. Say I draft Charmander, and say I want to go back and get Squirtle. I have the opportunity to do that. That's one thing I really like about this draft format. But last season's format, I like that a lot because it helped me understand tiers better. So, yeah.
That's another good thing. But you have the wheel pick, right?
Wheel pick? What's that mean?
When after, let's say, like you're going first, right? And then then it just goes all the way around. Then it comes back to you.
Oh yeah, so I get 2 picks in a row. Yeah. That's how I got Gengar and Tyrakion.
Yeah, that's really good, especially like you're saying like, hey, you drafted this mon. Oh, hey, I'll get this mon right after. I have the wheel pick, so I'll be able to get it.
Exactly. That's how I knew exactly what Mega I wanted first. It's like, okay, I don't have to worry about what Mega I want. I know I want Charizard X. I know I'm going to get it. I don't have to fight for it. So I locked it down instantly, and then I worked it off from Charizard X of what can cover, what could help, what can benefit, what can coverage, and all this and all that. So yeah.
If you're water in the background, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine, man.
Alright, so question 11. What is a bold prediction you have for this season?
I have a bold prediction that Trev's probably going to 6-0 me. Last season he did it, and I'm mad at him for that. I want my revenge, but I'm afraid that he might 6-0 me. I don't really know. Hang on, I'm going to look at his team real quick. He's, what, the Golducks now or some shit?
Yeah, it's the Golducks.
Yeah, he has Gothitelle and Suicune as of right now. I feel like he might be able to 6-0 me because I feel like Trev and Aki, I feel like those are two people in this league who have a ton of knowledge. Don't get me wrong, everyone in this league, they all have a ton of knowledge, but I feel like those two will be able to counteract my team every which way possible, and they may 6-0 me, so yeah.
Oh, you know.
But I also do feel like I will redeem myself from last season. I basically went, if it wasn't for forfeits, I wouldn't have got 0 points last season. I would have been negative the whole time. So I kind of want to redeem myself. I feel like I'm going to redeem myself because I basically just feel more confident this season than last season.
And once again, like looking at your picks, compared to, let's just bring up Trevor as an example again, your team compared to his, like both of you have something that can counteract each other.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's going to be a pretty balanced match, and I can't wait to see it.
Neither can I, because one thing that I always do, I always like watching the other person's perspective of my battles, because I want to know everything they thought, how they react to certain plays, and whatnot. One thing everyone said last season is that I made plays they weren't expecting me to do, which I kind of feel gave me a little bit more confident in the league, because when I first came in, I'm like, ooh, I'm not going to do that good, everyone's going to just 6-0 me, whatever. But I did put up a good fight last season, except for Trev with his stupid fucking Mega Sableye. Oh god, I hate that mon so much.
Oh, that mon.
Oh, I hate Mega Sableye just because of that reason. That one battle made me hate that mon.
Do you know what he had on it? Like,
He had Calm Mind and all I know is that he kept using Calm Mind and Calm Mind and Calm Mind and Calm Mind and Calm Mind over and over and over again. And in his video, he's like, why aren't you going out and why is he not going out into his Emboar? Because last season I drafted Emboar. Because Emboar could not hit it and kill. I was going out to stuff that I thought could kill, and I forgot that Mega Sableye got Mega Bounce or Magic Bounce or whatever. Yeah, Magic Bounce. So I tried Toxin in it, and then it bounced back right to my mon. So I'm like, fuck, I'm screwed. Yeah. And I just woke up, so that really didn't help either.
Brain wasn't up and going.
It wasn't working. The gears weren't turning. But that's not an excuse for my loss. I give that win to Trevor. He outsmarted me. He did 6-0 me. Good to him.
You know, new year, new teams,
Exactly.
new start.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
We got the interview part done. You ready for the lightning round?
Yep.
Alright. Sun or moon?
I am team both.
Smoke on or VGC?
Smoke on, because I don't know anything about VGC.
Same. Livecom or postcom?
Livecom.
Showdown or cartridge?
Cartridge.
Fairy or dragon?
Dragon.
Gen 1 or Gen 6?
Gen 6.
And you're actually the first one to say that, I think.
Gen 1 is trash. Do not let anybody say Gen 1 is good.
Alright, so there you go. So thank you all so much for watching this interview. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button down below if you enjoyed. Check out the NPL's official Twitter down in the description. Don't forget to check out mine and Nerdy Outlaw's channel. They will both be linked in the description. Outlaw, thank you so much for being here. Good luck to you this season.
Thank you for having me. Can I say one thing real quick?
Yeah.
To everyone watching, if you do check out my channel, please come with an open mind. I do play all types of games. I don't want to limit myself to just Pokemon, because I know if I do, I will end up hating Pokemon. So I like being able to take breaks from Pokemon and upload other stuff. So please have an open mind if you come check out my channel.
And there you go. So once again, thank you all so much for watching. I've been the Legendary Seabass, and we will see you all next time. Peace, guys.